Mikaila Dowd is joining us this morning, proud member of Georgia Tech's volleyball team. And we greet her this morning with congratulations because yesterday, in addition to her many accomplishments on campus in Atlanta, she was named one of the 54 recipients of the Weaver James Corrigan Swafford Postgraduate Scholarship. And I'm saying this for Packers' benefit. Yes, congratulations, Mikaila. But I'm saying this for Packers' benefit. Mikaila is majoring in biomedical engineering, Pack. So you strap it up for this conversation.
Well, I thought about doing that, Mikaila, but I decided to go to economics instead. But, so congratulations. If you want to go the easy way out, I get it. You know what? But you're getting a scholarship out of the deal, so it works out great. First of all, congratulations.
That makes you funny, but I could never do economics.
See? Not everybody can do that stuff, right?
And not everybody can do biomedical engineering.
That would be true as well.
That would be this table right here cannot do biomedical engineering.
That would be true. Well, congratulations on all your academic success. And I know there's a lot of work that goes in with that. And I am so impressed with the student athletes in this league because sports is one thing, but the academics are no joke in this conference, and you got to take it seriously. And then we got name, image, and likeness stuff going on, and then all of a sudden you go, hey, how do I give back to community? I know that's something that's always been important to you.
Yeah, no, I've ever since I got here, one of my main focuses was how can I be not only the best athlete, but the best person. And I found that really integrating myself into leadership roles and community was the best way to do it. It turns out I really enjoy it. I love being able to help others. A life of service is what I see myself doing. I want to go to medical school in the future. And so starting here, and I know it seems small, but the Atlanta community is so large and there's so many opportunities to help people and make as big of an impact as you can before you leave.
Having worked at Georgia Tech for years, I know the value of Student Athlete Advisory Board. I know what that means. To know that you're the chair means you have tremendous respect from your peers. Now with diversity, equality, and inclusion, take me through what that work has been like for you and what you've seen so far in the last couple of years as that's become more of a focus, I'm sure, and it certainly ties into ACC Unity Week.
Yeah, no, that has been amazing for me. I think I still have some imposter syndrome going on sometimes. And so when people ask me, hey, I would love for you to be the student rep for this committee, or I need you to chair this committee, I'm so honored. As if my, experience hasn't prepared me for it. But it's been amazing seeing the work that our faculty and the staff are putting in to ensure equity and really give everyone a chance to feel seen, feel heard, and really enter our community and say, we're students, but we're also humans and we're different. And this is how we highlight that.
Mikaila, do you get a sense of what's going on in this country the last couple of years in particular? That the momentum has never been better, never been stronger. People are paying attention and understanding that, hey, listen, I should be open-minded and have tough conversations, whether you're with people that you know, people that you don't know.
Yeah, I think over 2020, during the George Floyd movement and, Black Lives Matter, when that was really big over the summer, I think everyone really felt like they could be heard, like they could be a part of a voice that was reaching different ends of the earth, and I think that's so empowering. Now that I will say, as things are going back to normal, COVID is not over, but the restrictions that it's brought are minimizing. I think people are getting back into their daily routines, and it's becoming less of a priority. But I think we all need to remember that same voice that we had a couple of months ago, we still have. And if you have that desire to use it, you have people who are willing to listen.
Mikaila, in Atlanta, in a metro area that's better than 9 million people, there are a lot of voices here. But yet I know how big a focus there is on college athletics in that marketplace. And now with the peer group that you have and the unique peer group you have on that campus in particular, how strong a voice do you think student athletes have in major metropolitan markets? Because the ACC's full of them. Miami, Boston, Atlanta. I mean, you can go up and down the East Coast here. But it seems in those particular markets it would be of maybe perhaps bigger value at times?
Yeah, and it's something I didn't really understand, I think, before I got into this position of speaking and using my voice. I didn't understand why would someone want to listen to me. I'm just a student. I don't even have my degree yet. I don't have a history or sociology degree. I'm just a Black woman, and why does someone care what I have to say? And I think, us as student athletes are put on this pedestal and we're seen as not normal, which is completely not the case, but we're seen as something other than just a normal student. We have that extra factor of being an athlete and being watched and, having to perform at a high level all the time, that gives us an extra, I think, bit of attention and a bit of weight when it comes to speaking. And I've definitely found that just by people coming up to me, sending me messages on social media, emailing me, people wanting me to, say, hey, I would love for you to speak to my daughter. I see you up there playing, working hard, and you are such an inspiration. You're a role model. Can you come meet my team? Can you come do all these things? And I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize that in this area that I had that much influence. But once I did, I became so focused on how can I be a role model and how can I make my words travel as far as they can.
Between community service, volleyball, and oh, by the way, education. Let's not forget that. And any hours left in the day to have some fun? I mean, I know your schedule's got to be crazy.
Yeah, typically the weekdays are pretty packed. With studying for medical school, that's what I'm really focused on right now. The MCAT requires at least 3 hours a day on top of work, on top of class. Thankfully, I'm not practicing full-time anymore, so that's a block of time that I can take out of my schedule since I'm graduating. But it seems like unless it's time for sleep or food during the weekdays, I'm not that social. But I try to really focus on hanging out with my friends and being together with my community or anyone really on the weekends. I've started to really cherish that time when I can interact with people.
Yeah. We want to get a volleyball question before we run out of time here, but I want to ask you about the family dinner that Student Athlete Advisory Board did this week in conjunction with Unity Week. Knowing how close-knit the student athlete community is at Georgia Tech, that had to be a lot of fun for everybody.
Oh, that was amazing. It not only was it nice that we were all there and we all mingled afterwards and we all really got to know each other better, and we're all close, we're all friends, but not a single one of us knew everyone in that room. And on top of that, being able to see all the original Black athletes at Tech, that was just a momentous experience. So you were able to not only talk to each other, but you were also able to appreciate that. And since we were all there, I know I'm a part of FCA, and so one of our FCA leaders was like, oh, we're all here. I know we don't have FCA tonight, but let's just talk and let's just get together and let's just hang out. And we had to leave a little bit early because, the band had practice, so we eventually got kind of kicked out by the fight song. But it was still one of those moments where we're all together, so let's just take advantage of it and really connect.
I want to ask you real quick about Coach Collier, because I know last year was a terrific season. Groundbreaking in many respects for Georgia Tech in volleyball, and yet you kind of bought into the concepts. She hadn't been there that long when you signed on, so it had to be incredible to be on that ride last year that got you to the Elite Eight.
Oh, yeah. And especially, knowing where we came from. We always joke around in the gym. It's like if you had told me my freshman year, when I was even recruited here, that we would be in this position, I would have been like, oh, yeah, that's really cool, but let's see it, just a little bit hard to understand. But, being in that gym every single day with those girls, I feel like I'm throwing around the word family so much, but, we truly are family. Every person I played with on the court and off the court is someone that I would want in my wedding, someone who I would want to connect with for the rest of my life. And that kind of connection, that unity, that understanding with the person next to you changes the way you play. Now it's not just about communication, it's about an understanding, and that cohesion is just completely unmatched. And so I entirely believe that we were able to be a top 8 team and will continue doing so and grow with the team that we have, whether I'm there or not.
Mikaila, this is the last question, and it's the most difficult one.
And for her, it's going to be the best answer ever.
I can't wait to hear the answer to this question. This is our traditional question to every student athlete who makes their debut on the show. So, with that said, since you've been at Georgia Tech, what has been your hardest class?
Oh, Physics too, and I say that without absolute hesitation. One of my teammates actually, Julia Bergman, she's a physics major. And the second she told me she wanted to do, I said, wait till you take physics too. If you still want to be a physics major, then that is what you're meant for. I was in that class with a bunch of other students, and I am one of 2 people who passed the first time around. And I was with people who hadn't passed at all. And like, that class makes you cry. Like, I'm a student athlete. I know how to lose. I know how to win. I know how to fight. Like, we'll be running back and forth, and I will not shed a tear. I shed many tears for physics too.
You know what? That's a great answer. And it's probably a good thing you didn't go into economics. I don't know if you could have handled it.
I don't think I could. I honestly commend you.
You'd have been fine.
You'd have been just fine.
Okay.
Congratulations on all of your success. You're incredibly impressive.
Yep, and the post-grad scholarship, that's awesome. And we look forward to seeing what's next for you, Mikaila.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
All right.